right, coming up on the show, are you looking to cook like a pro? Find out how you can meet some of America's most famous chefs and learn to shake things up in the kitchen.
Plus, get ready to whip up some fancy decor and some tasty dinners. We're going to get a sneak peek at what you're going to see at the Metropolitan Cooking and Entertaining Show.
All right, coming up on the show, are you ready to deck the halls? We're going to tell you how the Metro Cooking and Entertaining can help you be the host with the most. Well, 'tis the season for entertaining.
Sure is, but with all the options for food and festivities, well, it can get pretty overwhelming.
Yes, it can. Enter any store right now, and everybody's already decorated. It's like, what, already?
They've been decorated for weeks.
I know,
yeah.
But event designer and entertaining expert Tara Wilson is here with a look at how you can get a decorator look. And you just so fit the part. I mean, this great outfit.
Yeah, you are so colorful and put together.
I think the way I dress also reflects the way that I entertain. I really believe in having a lot of pattern and a lot of color and being young and youthful with your decor in your home and make it match your personality.
And so you say that we can actually make our own decor.
Absolutely. You know, so
it's not that hard.
Yeah, we do get caught up in, oh, I've got to buy everything and it's already got to be, has to be pre-made. And I love doing what I call one wreath 3 ways. And I like to show people how that they can come up with some decor, even if it's just what they're doing for their front door. So I know we wanted to talk about the various wreaths and the different.
You brought all kinds of good stuff here, and I see a bunch of wreaths.
Yeah, 3 of them. They're great. The one by your foot over there, I love because it's blue with leopard, and that's something you wouldn't. It's not a typical take on Christmas.
Right. I happen to think that animal prints are a neutral, just like a black or a tan. But I wear a lot of animal print. But you will see that a lot in fashion. So I call this the whimsical wreath, and I've just taken wired ribbon that is leopard print and then overlap that with this really lovely turquoise satin ribbon that is also wired. And then you'll see that the letters say ho ho ho, which makes it still very festive. Those letters are actually chipboard. It's called chipboard, and they come in packages, and there's usually like 4 of each letter in a package.
Something you can get at Michael's, or where do you get it?
Right, at a craft store, Michael's or Joann's. And then I bought wrapping paper and covered the chipboard with the wrapping paper. So just trace the letters out on fun and festive wrapping paper and then glued those on. So, you know, this is something very easy that you can do, and you can create it on your own.
So cute. Yeah. So when you say one wreath done 3 ways, you're talking about you just buy the greenery first, and then you add the toppings any way you like.
Absolutely, because so you want to really think about the theme. When in your home, are you modern, or do you have more of a classic country look? The wreath over in the chair is the classic country.
So with the pine
use
cones.
of pine cones, and then
the
gross
jute ribbon. Or
yes, it is jute ribbon, and then gross grain ribbon.
She knows the terms.
Absolutely.
I have made a few wreaths in my day.
Okay.
Yes.
And you notice that we just did a really simple bow here, and then in the center is just an antique brooch, just run through the center of the bow. So that's going to look really nice on your front door. And then if you really wanted to fix this up for, say, a party you're having, tuck in some hydrangeas, which is a flower, dusty miller, which is also a piece of greenery you can buy from your local florist, and put that out on your front door like right before your guests arrive. It would really make a stunning statement.
I love the fact that you could probably go walk the woods and pick up your own pine cones and make this for pennies.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
We're in a time where people are really thinking about how that they can make the most of their dollar, whether it's rehabbing your holiday decor or, like you said, going out in nature and picking up things. You can really do that. Now, I really love this wreath here on the front.
Yeah, this one number 3. Yeah, put that one back for us.
It's very sophisticated.
Moving on.
And so I'm going to pick this up. Yeah, and it's just really lovely.
This one's blue and white.
Blue and white and silver.
I love the silver mixed in.
Yeah, and then you just buy some doves. Again, a craft store is going to have all this. Use your old holiday ornaments, hot glue them on, maybe get some pearl garland, which again, just from the craft store, and a satin ribbon, and you've got a lovely wreath for your front door.
Yeah, because I think it can get overwhelming. You go to any of those craft stores and you see these dressings or whatever little things you could put in, and sometimes you think, oh gosh, I'm not going to get it right, but it's okay not to be perfect.
And I'm glad you pointed that out, because I think people really believe that it has to look exactly the way they see it in a magazine, and it doesn't, you know, and if you're given permission to just go and pick up and create, and who cares if it's exactly the way it should be, as long as it's the way you like it. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Now, what kinds of tools do we have to have on hand if we're going to create one of these wreaths? I mean, it looks like we're going to need a few things.
Right. So hot glue gun is essential. Just a little mini hot glue gun you can pick up for about $10 at your craft store. And then you do want to have the birds and the ribbon. You notice all of these have ribbon attached to them. Also, any of the ornaments that you want to add on. But just, you know, just explore your home and find items that you're not using and hot glue those onto your wreaths.
Okay. Other than the wreaths, how else can we, you know, spruce our homes up for the holidays?
Yeah.
Right.
What other decor items?
You know, when you do think about holiday entertaining, I think people do think a lot about just food and beverage. But you want to make the other elements of the home really special. One of the things I love to do, especially when I have guests coming, is to take their guest towels and wrap them with a ribbon. And I've done that here. And when you put those in the bathroom,
it look like a high-priced hotel or something,
pretty.
doesn't it?
Yes.
But it really
Nice
just
feel.
says, you know what, she took the time to consider me and make this really special. Same thing with hand soaps. Just wrap a little ribbon around it. Give your guests fresh hand soaps when they arrive. You know, don't give them a bar of soap that your other guests have used.
Who's used this one before? Yeah, nobody wants to do that.
Right,
But
so
it's a good point. People forget.
And so wrap it up really nice and just put it on a chair at the edge of the bed. I also love to wrap just inexpensive and boxes that are empty and put those out in different places, and it just adds a pop of color in your home and makes it really festive. Again, not an expensive thing to do.
So you've got presents
very good.
before Santa arrives.
Sure. Right.
Okay. How do you make your house smell fabulous for the holidays?
Well, I personally love to do mulling spices, and you don't have to go to the store to buy mulling spices. You can create your own. I mean, obviously you have to get the ingredients, but places like Williams-Sonoma sell them already pre-packaged, and you can make your own. Mulling spices just contain cinnamon, clove, usually some dried orange peel, and you put that on a pot and simmer it on your stove, and it just smells like the
You
holidays.
walk in and it smells so good. I love cinnamon at this time of the year.
It's such a welcoming thing when you walk in and smell it.
Warm, you know, you feel like at your mom's house growing up or something like that. Should you have a theme, though? You showed 3 different wreaths, and they're all very different. Does
Absolutely.
it matter? Should you keep that going throughout the house? What do you like to do?
Again, I'm glad that you asked that question. Yes, you really want to start with the theme because you want everything to coordinate in your home. It doesn't have to be matchy-matchy, but it certainly needs to go together, and it will give you a sense of peace about the decorating when you know the direction that you're taking it. So whether it's leopard print or blues and silvers, or maybe you just want to do a lot of mini vignettes of Christmas trees throughout your home, when you have a focus and you know how you're going to decorate, it will make it a lot easier on you.
All right, quickly, Thanksgiving is coming up before Christmas. Do you
Sure.
have a great idea for a centerpiece for our table?
For Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I love to use a lot of fresh gourds interspersed with beautiful leaves from outside. I do a lot of what you were mentioning earlier, going outside and picking up pine cones and items from nature and bring those in. Put those in apothecary jars, you know, fill an apothecary jar full of like little miniature pumpkins or acorns. Put it in glass vases. You know, we have a lot of vases when you get flowers. You're like, what am I going to do with this? Just fill that up and then put it out. And those are called collections. When you put multiple vases together on the center, you're considering that a collection.
Well, that's going to be perfect because, believe it or not, Thanksgiving was 2 weeks away yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, everybody, what?
Can you believe it?
Better start on the menu.
Tara Wilson, thanks for coming in and
That's a
showing
great
us.
idea.
Showing us the way. Up next on the show, are you a woman in charge? Are you? Everybody likes to say they are.
We hope we are.